The lure of real estate, I think, for most people, is they see how much money's involved, and I would see the checks they were making, So I was a young kid and looking at, 20, $30,000 checks. I go, wow, that's what you make in
Uh-huh.
a month. They said no on one deal,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I can do like four of these.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen and I'm here with John Yeressian. He's a professor and an LA investor. I'm excited to get into it. He has such well-rounded experience in the industry. Thank you so much for being here, John.
Thank you so much.
So tell us how you got into the real estate industry to begin with. I know you've kind of tried a bunch of different things.
Yes, so I actually would start off in commercial leasing as a leasing agent. So I'd find space for companies and places like that. And then I saw an opportunity to make money on the sales side. So went into sales and then eventually became a broker. And then working with clients that were investors and flippers, I looked at this picture and I said, you know what, I think I need to go on the investment side of real estate. So I went from selling real estate, selling the product to people,
Mhm.
to actually investing myself. It's one of the only businesses where you want to buy your own supply. So the way to retirement and building wealth in real estate is purchasing real estate, right? So I got into that. Investors guided me. I saw what they were doing. I was buying and selling for them. I was happy that I was making a commission buying side, and then, when they put it on the market, I was making money on the sales side, and, I was making, 30, $40,000 on the transaction, but
Nice.
then, their bottom line was 100,000, 200,000. I said, "Wait a minute, I gotta get into this investing and flipping." So I ended up, being a real estate investor in Los Angeles.
Amazing. And did you lean on mentors or networking groups?
Yes, so, I belong to, many different investor groups, and I think it's very vital that you need a group of supporters around you,
Mhm.
mentors. I don't think anyone gets into this business without having somebody to guide them. So a team around you that can support you, especially in the beginning, is really important. But because there's a lot to learn about real estate. I mean, someone just coming in the market saying, "I want to flip a home." It's not as simple unless you don't you need a network first, and then you need a team like
Mhm.
architects, contractors, down to plumbers, electricians, the trades, all the single trades,
Mhm.
even a civil engineer, right? So you got to draft things. So a team around you is one of the most key aspects of being an investor.
Mhm.
And in order to get that, you need to actually be part of investor groups. So if you're not networking, you're not building a team around you, you're not talking to people about what's going on in the market, other people relate to, then it's very difficult to be like a solo investor on your own. So this is a very social career path,
Mhm.
and you got to have a team. It's just so vital. I keep saying that again, but you got to have a team around you, mentors that could teach you, and people that could guide you on how to do things correctly and what they failed, right? They show you like, hey, I did this, it didn't work, so try it this way.
Hmm.
They'll save you thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the future, and time too. So that's really
Yeah.
important.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah. And as you're building this team, what are your tips for kind of finding people that align with your vision and your values?
So that's really important because it is a Shark Tank out there like any other business. So you got to build a trustworthy team. So the way I built the team is I my investors that I was buying and selling to, I said, hey, I want to get in on this. Don't want to make just the commission. I want to be part of the group. I got into it by working with clients. So I had a license. License really helps getting a real estate license because it opens up a lot of doors. So I always tell my future investors, I go, I talk to them and some say that, hey, I don't need a license. I'm just want to be on the investing side. And I tell them, you know what, that the key to opening up networking opportunities and meeting people is obtaining a real estate license. So for me, I had understood investing in real estate, but I had very little interest in it
Mhm.
because I was looking at the commissions and I'm like, wow, I can make $40,000 as a transaction. But then when these investors were, my clients and I'm seeing the big checks and I said, wow, I need to switch on this side, but I didn't know how to do it. But most investors are very open to helping other people invest because real estate has tons of places to invest in, ton of markets, commercial, residential, office space, warehouse space. There's a lot of business for everyone to make money and eat in this business. All right. So I was lucky enough to meet them through being clients, but investor groups I
Mhm.
think are key to opening up opportunities. So if you want to build a team, you start there. Another place I found opportunities, surprisingly, is I want to learn a little bit of construction ideas, techniques. So I actually I took a course in basic fundamentals of construction at a community college, and everyone around there were future contractors. I took everyone's name. In the future, I needed stuff. I called them. I go, "Hey, you're still doing construction?" It's like,
Mhm.
"Yeah." I said, "Can you help me on the flip? I need to rebuild this, rebuild that." So, that really is a key, I think, way to if you want to build contractors around you, take a construction class. I went in there. First day, I told them, I said, "I'm not here to learn construction. I'm not going to be a contractor. I want to know what's going on in the business so I can identify
Right.
how much tearing down this wall is, how much work that's going to take. But I'm also here to meet contractors
Uh-huh.
because I'm in the real estate business. So you'd be surprised. Everyone was just like, "Here's my number. Call me in 6 months when I get my license,
Right.
contractor's license."
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like that's a really good point to kind of learn these aspects yourself because I'm sure you get very different quotes from people.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I just had one on a flip job. It went from 40,000 to as high as 120,000. So
Yeah.
contractors are all over, and it's not always the cheapest one is the best code. It's also the good quality of work too.
Right.
So quality varies, and if you find a good contractor that you can work with and you trust their work, I say stick with them. So
Mhm.
I tell fellow investors, I go, if you don't have a contractor, I got one. But sometimes they'll tell me, "Hey, I got a guy I trust." I go, "Stick with them. I'm not giving you my number, my
Right.
contacts number, because if you like someone, you stick with them, you know? And I always encourage to have 1 or 2 backups because, contractors always get busy, right? And you gotta have an alternate too, like
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
for example, one of my, top favorite contractors, like, 3, 4 years ago when Texas had a big, flood, I don't know if you guys remember that?
Mhm.
I called my contractor, I said, "I have a flip here in LA." He said, "Oh, I left." I said, "Where you at?" He goes, "I went to Texas because we're building homes and insurance is giving us, the insurance companies for property, they're giving us checks to build entire homes." And he goes, "I'm here for the next 2, 3 years building." So I had to fall back to an alternate contractor. So always have like your favorite one, a backup one, and maybe a bench player, like a
Mhm.
third backup that you can call. But that's the case for anything,
Mhm.
plumbers. If you have a plumber or electrician, you
Right.
gotta have more than one contact. Have to.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get stuck. Yeah.
Absolutely. And kind of, I know that as you were a broker and you saw these big commission checks, I think that's what gets a lot of people into the investing world. I would say most people into the investing world. Did it start out like that, or was that something you kind of had to build to?
Well, the lure of real estate, I think, for most people, is they see how much money's involved, so they look at it. They always look at. I think I was in high school and I realized, there's money to be made in real estate, right? I didn't understand what passive income meant, but I knew that if I built enough assets, that I could live a comfortable life in the future. But the way to get in was, I would call agents and talk to them. I said, "Hey, how's this career? Can you tell me about how it is? I'm considering a career in real estate." And they would be like, "Come over to the office, shadow me." And I would see the checks they were making, So I was a young kid and looking at, 20, $30,000 checks. I go, "Wow, that's what you make in
Uh-huh.
a month?" They said, "No, on one deal."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "I can do like 4 of these." I said, "Please, like, show me how to do this business." So
Yeah.
my entrance into the real estate world, shifted. I knew I always wanted to be an investor, but I got in through the sales side.
Uh-huh.
It does take a little while to build a book of business in real estate. So the first year has a high washout rate, because in the sales side, it's more cutthroat, like shark. It's more of a Shark Tank. You're competing with other people, but the beauty of real estate is the longer you stay in the commercial sales or broker side, um, the less work you put in and the bigger your paychecks get. So I tell a lot of people that it's like an inverse triangle,
Mhm.
right? So all the work is in the beginning. So you're building your client base, your marketing, people
Right.
don't know what you do. So once you build that, the work starts going like the workload you put in, your time goes lower, but
Mhm.
your paychecks get bigger because right now, I get people calling me still on referrals. He's like, "Can you help me buy a house? Do this." And unless I'm in a big flipping project, I'll pick up, those clients still, but right now I do more of the, investing side, but clients still call me, so I don't even market no more. They're just calling me and they're saying, "Hey, can you sell me a house?" And I look at it, I go, "Oh, this is a 2.5, $3 million home,"
Mhm.
so it's a good $100,000 commission check, why not?
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. And so
Yeah.
you've been in the game for, 20, 25 years. You've seen a lot of market shifts. Where are you seeing us today? What's your perspective on the ups and downs?
Yeah, so that's a great question. One of the problems with new investors is when anytime I work with them, they always say, "Well, if I buy this in 6 months, the market changes. I can't sell the property. I'm stuck with it. What do I do?" So I tell him, I said, look, I've been in this business, like you said, for a while now.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
I've seen, three major shifts, and especially the 2008 Great Recession, which I called that as the Kmart. If some of you guys remember Kmart Blue Light Special.
Mhm.
So anyone that had some insight or knowledge in real estate knew at that time was when the millionaires were being made. So millionaires are made on a down market because that's when you buy, right? So the buying part is where you make that money. So a lot of people were losing homes, investors were nervous, they didn't want to buy stuff. The only question was the big question mark, timing the bottom. We didn't know how far down it was going to go, but so back to the new investors, I always tell them, look, if you can't sell it, you can always rent it. It's one of those products that
Yeah.
there's multiple things you can do with it. So if you put it on the market and you can't make $100,000, you can always put a tenant in there. They'll pay for your rent for the next, 3 or 5 years, whatever you need, whatever time. They'll pay your mortgage off. And I said, by that time, you'll have a lot of equity, and then you're not worried about, the mortgage payments. But it's one of the only products where you could remodel a house, right? Make it look nice and new, put a tenant in there, you know. 5 years later, even though the new renovation has been used, it still goes up in equity. I mean, it's like saying, go buy a car, drive it for 5 years, and then sell it for more money.
Mhm.
That's what real estate does. So you can buy a house, use it, and then sell it later, and you're making money.
Mhm.
So the appreciation on real estate is incredible, and
Yeah.
especially in California and Los Angeles. Like I know everyone complains about tax rates and stuff, but the weather outside is like beautiful. It's December, it's 80 degrees. So, we're wearing a t-shirt and stuff going out December. I do like when I go like East Coast, I do some real estate investments in New York and stuff. It's snowing,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah. And then when it snows, like people are not out.
Right.
So it's a whole different environment. You got to deal with different conditions. But LA, it's beautiful. Everyone's out there. Everyone's moving around. Money's moving. When I see the traffic on the our 110 freeway in LA, most people say, "Oh my God, there's a lot of traffic." And I look at it, I go, "That's an opportunity because that means there's a lot of money going back and forth. People are working,
Mhm.
people are doing things." So it's good to see semi trucks, cars. The busier the freeway is, the more money there is in real estate and business. That's
Yeah.
how you gotta look at it, right?
Absolutely. And I know that,
Yeah.
you're excited about investing in office space right now. So I'd love to talk about that.
Yeah, so there's a great opportunity in office space because those prices have really bottomed out because the adjustment to teleworking and like different modalities to office work now. Office space significantly has gone down, so you're not finding a lot of businesses that want to rent office space. But as a real estate investor, you got to take advantage of that opportunity, right? So you got to look at that and say, oh, prices are down. Let me pick up this office space, but let me convert it to another use, right? So you can change it to retail space or change it to warehouse space. Or what a lot of people do now is taking office space and converting them into residential units and selling them off. It's loft living type of things are really hot right now. So if you
Mhm.
find a building that's 2 or 3 stories that used to be commercial office space, I'd immediately convert those into single family residences, condo units, and exposed ceilings where you can see all the piping. It's really trendy right now, and sell them. There's more money in that than office space.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're pretty optimistic about where we're at in the market now. I think a lot of people are confused and there's a lot of different information being thrown out.
Yes. So like the market, the real estate market, especially in Los Angeles, is constantly it's always hot. California is the like fourth largest economy in the world,
Mhm.
right? So when you put that into perspective, there's always going to be a big demand for real estate, like constantly, right? So you don't make a mistake investing in a hot city that's you know busy with people, traffic. We got millions of people here, right? I tell people this is one of the only states where you can get fired from a job and find a new job within 2 weeks
Mhm.
because like I travel all over. I was in Oregon one time, and there was a guy I was talking to. This is about a year and a half ago. He got laid off from his job, and he's looking for work for about a year and a half, and he can't find anything, so he was driving Uber. He picked me up from the
Mhm.
airport. But if that was Los Angeles, he'd be employed in a couple weeks
Yeah.
because just there's so much opportunity, there's so much money, and so just an example, a guy like that, if he's struggling with mortgage, he might lose his house in Oregon, but in LA, right, he'll find another job and figure out how to pay his mortgage. So
Yeah.
that's why there's a demand for real estate in LA. Although we are seeing, like, not in LA specifically, nationally, foreclosures ticked up a bit. And I think that has to do not with the real estate market, it has to do with these AI trend because
Mhm.
AI is replacing some jobs and they're calling these like permanent layoffs.
Mhm.
Right, so there's gonna be a shift soon, on employment opportunities, but LA is still a hot market because even though there's foreclosures, you got thousands of investors waiting to buy, foreclosure properties and
Mhm.
sell them. Right,
Yeah.
so it's a survival LA is a survival of the fittest because people always ask me, how are these homes going up in price? How do people afford these homes?" I go, "Because the people that have the money will be in Los Angeles, and they'll outcompete other people." So
Yeah.
it pushes people out, like right, so there's always demand. It'll just keep going up in LA.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's great positivity for us to end on. Tell everyone where to find you.
So yeah, they can follow me. I do have Instagram. It's J and my last name Yeressian, Yeressian. And I'm all over internet on different medias, but also teach courses in real estate. So if anyone's interested in teaching, they can find me at El Camino College, director there for the program. Also teach at different schools, USC, UCLA, sometimes as a guest lecturer, adjunct. So I like to teach people how to invest in real estate. So I don't do it for the money. That part I do it for the passion because my real estate professor changed my life. It
Mhm.
wasn't for him, I would have never been in this field.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, he said, "I want you to be teaching real estate to other people." So
Oh, I love that.
that's why I'm doing it because he's watching from up there.
Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, I love doing it. Love to you see people's eyes brighten when they learn about investing, and I tell them how to do it, how to get their license, and then they come back to me and say, "Guess what I did? I invested and I made money, and now I feel comfortable because I don't have to, work for a paycheck." That's that's
Definitely.
uh that's
Well,
joy I
yeah,
get.
you're giving back to the community. That must feel really good.
I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for being here, John.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you learned a lot, got some good inspiration. Definitely check John out, and we will see you back next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.